guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another one. I am Kgomotso, also known as Natural. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber and a notification gang squad, how you guys doing? So in today's video, I'll be addressing one of the hot topics, which is transitioning from relaxed hair to natural hair. So if you don't know, I have transitioned. I didn't do the big chop. I went through a transitioning period, and I just realized like a lot of people are still believing a lot of myths out there about transitioning. So I'm out here trying to help you, trying to bust those myths so that you are well aware before you actually start transitioning. You know what I mean? So that's what this video is going to be about, and without wasting any more time, let's get right to it. So I see it fit for us to actually start with the definition of transitioning in simple terms, like for you guys to actually understand what it means to transition. But firstly, when you decide to go natural, there's two options to go natural. You can either chop off the relaxed hair and just start from scratch, which is like very quick and easy, and you just start from scratch. And then the other option is to transition, of which I chose to do. So this is when you actually stop processing your hair. So if you're relaxing, you stop relaxing. If you are using heat and you have heat damage, you stop using heat. And if you were using texturizers like blowing out and stuff, you stop doing that. Allow your new growth to actually grow out, right? So this is you giving your natural hair that's gonna come out a chance to actually be natural. I'm not saying relaxed hair is not natural or that texturized hair is not natural, but I mean the texture of your natural hair is very different from the one that you have when you have processed your hair. So that's what I'm talking about. And yeah, so that's what transitioning is. The second thing is, what is not transitioning? So I have received DMs from people previously who have asked me questions like, is there a product that I can use that will help me change my hair from relaxed to natural? And like I've heard somewhere saying that if I use this, my hair will be more coilier, my hair will be more kinkier. And I'm like, sis, no. I mean, I personally haven't come across a brand that actually tells people that they could use a product that will help their hair go back to natural. I haven't personally come across it. If it's there, it's a lie. It's a lie, sis. They're lying, because there is no way that a magical portion of a product can actually revert your hair back into its natural state. And this is because when you relax or use texturizers or you have heat damage, you have permanently altered the make of your hair. You have permanently changed your hair. It cannot go back. Permanently changed your hair. And this is because these processes generally, like, they attack the proteins that are in the hair and break them down into a new form that is not the original of your hair. That is what relaxing does. It breaks down the proteins that make your hair kinkier, coilier, thicker. I'm not saying relaxing makes your hair thinner, but you know what I mean, straighter. It changes the texture when you use those processes. So you cannot, I repeat, there is no way you can use some magical cream or magical lotion to apply to your processed hair and make it look natural. There is no way. Other question that I think I need to address is, how long should you transition for? So in short, there is no set transitioning period. So you choose how long you want to transition for. Also, like, the transitioning process actually determines for you how long you can last, because it's not easy. Like, it is very difficult. A lot of people don't even actually make it out. A lot of people get tempted and go back to the processing ways and like the ways that they used to know. Other people just cut their hair like in between the transitioning period. So I transitioned for well over a year, and then I just decided one random night, I'm cutting my hair. Like, I'm done. I'm ready now. I'm ready to cut my hair. So there is no like set period for you to actually like transition your hair. It's all up to you. If you want to transition for 6 months, do it. 3 months, do it. 2 years, do it. You know what I mean? Like for me, the determining factor was the length of the growth. Like, is it a length that I can work with? Is it a length that I can braid if I wanted to? You know what I mean? Is it a length that I can do like short-term protective styles like twists and stuff on it? So that's how I decided like I'm cutting now, because the hair was long enough for me and I could start playing around. What can you actually expect when you are transitioning? So what to expect when you're transitioning is to be dealing with two textures. Obviously, you're gonna have the straight hair that you have processed, the relaxed hair or whatever hair that you have processed, and then you're gonna have new growth that's coming in, which is thicker, which is kinkier, which is coilier, which just loves each other. You should also expect hair breakage, because when you're transitioning and you stop processing your relaxed hair, the relaxed hair starts becoming thinner and thinner and thinner, and it starts becoming weaker and weaker, because you're no longer feeding it the food that it used to know. Like, you're no longer processing it and maintaining it the way that it used to know. So it starts thinning out and it starts breaking off. If you do transition, you're gonna notice that you're gonna have, like, we call it the line of demarcation. That's where the natural hair meets the relaxed hair, and that line is very sensitive. Like, literally just pulling breaks your hair at that line. Like, that is where the two textures meet, and you have to be realistic in terms of retaining length when you're transitioning, because the relaxed hair is very sensitive and it will break off. So you should expect to deal with breakage and thinned out hair and textures that don't match. That's what you need to expect when you are transitioning. Because I have transitioned successfully 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been 3 years, guys. 3 years ago, I'm gonna give you like a couple of tips for you guys to actually go through the transitioning period, like, without having hassles and stuff. That's if you choose to transition. Like, would I transition again? I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. It's not easy. But the first tip is, if you are using heat, stop using heat on your transitioning hair. And this is because, like, this was difficult for me because I come from relaxed hair and blow drying my hair all the time. Like, that's how I maintain my hair. I would always be blow drying it. So that was a difficult thing for me to actually stop, because the thing is, if you start trying to blend the two textures using heat, you are basically damaging the natural hair that's growing out. Number two is, you're gonna have to switch out your products. So the products that you're using for relaxed hair will not necessarily work for your natural hair, and I think, in my opinion, it's better to start maintaining your hair as if it's natural, just so that you can get used to the processes that we do when we are washing and maintaining our natural hair. And also, it's because, like, with relaxed hair, theory was to make managing our hair very easy. So even the processes and the products that are involved in maintaining it are quite easy. Like, they're quite less tedious compared to natural hair. So I don't think they will cater to your natural hair in that sense. Like, when I think about it, I moisturize my hair more now than I did when I relaxed, and that's because I wouldn't want to wet my hair. Like, you know, when you had relaxed hair, if you wet your hair, it's a no. You don't do that. So you can't maintain it as if you have relaxed hair, because that means you are skipping steps that are necessary, like moisturizing and like the LCO. We never did that with relaxed hair. I mean, I never did that. Can all my relaxed hair people please leave a comment in the comment section? Did you guys actually do the leave-in and the cream and the oil in your routine when you were relaxed? Because I don't know what that was. So you need to kind of switch products and start catering for your growing natural hair. Third tip is to avoid over manipulation. So what does this mean? When I had relaxed hair, I was probably one of the few who always had it in a bun or a pony or something like that, because I generally don't know what to do with long hair. Like, even when I had relaxed hair, my hair was like long, but I would never I didn't want it in my face because I had acne, and like, I just didn't want to play around with it. So I always had it in a bun. But having it in a bun every day means every morning I must wake up, and then I must comb it, and then I must tie it. You know what I mean? It was a whole process. And generally speaking, I was always in protective hairstyles because I just didn't want to deal with it. So when I say stop over manipulating or avoid over manipulating your hair, I just mean like if you are to do a hairstyle, make sure it's a hairstyle that will not require you to comb every day, for you to tie your hair tight every day. Make sure it's a hairstyle that will allow you to give your hair a break. For example, do flat twists, do twist outs, do twists to do braids, you know, do cornrows. Do things that will allow you to give your hair a break, because the more you manipulate, as I mentioned, you're dealing with two textures and the line of demarcation, and if you keep manipulating, you're just gonna increase the rate of breakage, and I don't think you want that. I mean, there's a reason why you're transitioning, because you're trying to retain the length until you're comfortable with cutting your hair. So I don't think you want to do that. The fourth tip is to use products that have slip. Guys, deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners that have slip are necessary. You're dealing with two textures that don't match. One is silky straight and one is kinky coily and wants to hug on itself. So you need like products that will help you to detangle both the hair textures and will make it easy for you to actually work with the two hair textures. The fifth tip is to continuously trim your hair. So your hair is gonna break if you stop processing it. That's just a given. So when you're transitioning, one way to make it easier for yourself is to consistently trim. I was trimming roughly around once a month, and I like trimming 2 centimeters off at a time. It could be more for you. This just means that you are decreasing the length of the relaxed hair or the processed hair as your natural hair grows. So at some point, if you continuously trim, you're gonna get to a point where 90% of the hair on your head is natural and you're only left with a little bit of relaxed hair, and you just chop it off. So continuously trim. This helps with dealing with split ends, and split ends cause knots, and knots cause tangles. So if you're transitioning, your weak hair, your relaxed hair is gonna wanna split end and knot and tangle. So trim your hair consistently. The sixth tip is to educate yourself. So the one way I used to educate myself about natural hair, maintaining it, and all these terms and all these jargon and all these processes about natural hair was to continuously watch YouTube videos. I used to watch natural hair influencers, natural hair enthusiasts, natural hair content creators. I used to follow a lot of natural hair content creators on Instagram. I used to read a lot of blogs, natural hair blogs. So like I was in the know. By the time I was cutting my hair off, I was literally like, I knew what wash day consisted of. I knew which products to actually get. I knew which ingredients to avoid. I knew all of those things. I knew the expectations. I knew the expectations before I actually got to the chopping stage, and this just helps make your transitioning period and also your natural hair journey very simple. It just informs you before you actually commit, right? Because transitioning, here's the thing that I didn't mention about transitioning. Transitioning is a period that actually allows you to actually change your mind. So if you do it for a month and you don't like the whole two textures thing, you can decide to go back and relax your hair or flat iron it, or you know what I mean, blow it out. You can do whatever you want during the transitioning period. So the transitioning period just allows you to actually know the expectations that are required for maintaining natural hair, and if you're good with it, if you're ready for it, do it. If you're not, guys, no one is holding a gun to your head to be natural. There's nothing stopping you from relaxing your hair or doing whatever you want with it's your hair. The last tip, guys, is to be patient. I'm very impatient, especially with my hair, so the only thing that helped me to be patient was to braid my hair up. The less time I had trying to make it grow or trying to see if it has grown, the better for my hair, because I would just allow it to grow on its own. I wasn't literally checking every day to see how many inches or centimeters it has grown. So please do your protective hairstyles if you are actually an impatient person, and also if your schedule does not allow you to be twisting and untwisting and twisting and untwisting and you know what I mean? Just be realistic about your journey, guys. Find a way that suits your life, suits your schedule, suits your needs in general, and just follow it. Like if it means braiding your hair for 4 weeks, braid your hair for 4 weeks. Deal with your hair for 2 weeks, do that. You know what I mean? Like no one is gonna tell you what is right or what is wrong, because It's all up to you at the end of the day. We have come to the end of this video, and I hope you guys have actually learned something. I actually hope that the people who were believing the myths about products that actually make your hair natural from relaxed or processed hair are actually clear now. You know what I mean? Because there is no way you can actually magically go to natural from being relaxed. You have to cut off the hair. I think you need to hear it again. You need to cut off the hair. So you can do it all at once, which is the big chop, or you can do it slowly every month, which is the transitioning process. So yeah guys, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. I hope you guys actually learned something from this video, and I hope you guys actually like the content that I'm putting out. And the last hope is I hope you guys are keeping safe, and I hope you guys are keeping sane. And if you have liked the video and you have liked what I've said so far, I hope you gave it a massive thumbs up. And if you have made it to this point of this video, I hope you hit that red subscribe button down there and made it gray or white or whatever the color that shows up. As long as it's not red, that means you have subscribed. It's free. You just get to join an amazing family and grow with us. And yeah, I hope you guys are good, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.